morning. I'm here to talk to you today about a little teeny app that just makes something that I do in the classroom every day a little bit easier. And this is an app called Classroomscreen. And what it does is it creates a screen with a series of widgets that can go on your TV or your smartboard or any device that you have that can project what's on a computer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sign into it. And just like a lot of the things that we use, you can use your Google sign-in. So I'm just going to sign in. It's just going to use my Google sign-in. And when you first log in, you actually won't have a screen here. So this is what it will look like when you first log in. You'll have nothing. And you're going to click Create a New Screen. And it just automatically picks a background for you. So I'm just going to stick with the balloons. I'll show you in a second how to change the background. But at first I want to show you the widgets because that's really what you're here for, to use the widgets. So one thing that I do is I put the clock up there. And I usually put the clock up here. And then I also do the calendar. And the calendar comes up as the whole week, but I like to resize it so it's just the day so they can just see what day it is, okay? So that's what I put there. And there are lots of other widgets. Those are the two that I use. The sound levels really doesn't work for us because we don't have a mic on the device that we're using. So that one doesn't work. But certainly I could see how you could use timers. We use the poll. The poll is really cool. So you can do a, like, how are you feeling today? So, and it's super cool. So I'm going to give them the 3 options because and you scroll through and look at all the options, but you actually just close out once you put the widget in, and it automatically saves your settings, okay? So now I can resize this, and if you notice, and my screen is getting really busy because I also have my recording tools up here. Let me just hide those. Okay. Up here, they have the option to go ahead and vote, and you can even put up a QR code and say, hey, everyone, I want you to take a second, log in, tell me how you're feeling, sort of get a feeling for your room, right? And everyone would vote, and it would show up here, and you'd get an instant poll. Really quick, really easy to do a poll, and it's a widget that's right there already on your screen. It does not let you save the results or know who voted. So that is one thing where if you were doing this for more of an assessment where you want to know how individuals were doing, you might want to do it another way. But the thing that I really love that it has is the ability to embed, which seems totally crazy because you have to know some code. But what I like to do is we have an announcement slideshow, and I like to embed it on this screen. So our announcement slideshow is just some general announcements for students. I keep having to move myself. Maybe I should have hidden myself today. And I don't know if you know this about Google Slides, but one of the share options is to publish it to the web. So we already have the slideshow set up with some announcements for students, very easy. If I go to embed, I get the code for this slideshow. Now, one thing that I always have to make sure I do is I want it to start and I want it to reset. And I want to change the time so that students have a little more time to read the slides because 3 seconds is kind of quick. And some of our slides have a little bit of text. So I usually do 5 or 10 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and do 10 seconds. And I'm going to copy this code. So I can use my keyboard shortcut and do Control-C, or I can right-click and copy. And I'm going to come over here, and all I do is paste that in, click Run Code, and now our announcements are going here, right? And the kids look up here and they see things. So for example, if they ask me a question about the fact that graduation is tonight, or hey, what did it say we're doing tomorrow? And it had already gone past this screen, I can totally go back to this screen and navigate here. But it's also going to automatically go, and I can just set it up there on the screen, and the students can see the announcements. So I hope some of these widgets are fun for you. I wholeheartedly invite you to play around. You've got the stop sign, you've got the work symbols. This does work basically like a screen, but some of these widgets are actually really cool and fun to use. If you have any questions about any of these widgets, I can set this up. And by the way, you can also have a video playing. So if you didn't want to do a slideshow for announcements and you had a video that you recorded, you could have that going too, and you could actually have audio. I don't want to listen to myself as a commercial all day, so the just visual thing is good for me. You have all of these options that you can use. Oh, and the backgrounds. So I'm going to show you my favorite background. That's this one. Although I have to arrange things in a certain way so that the kitty isn't over. It's not over the kitty, right? So I kind of end up putting the announcements over here usually if I use the kitty, and I don't use the kitty every day, but I kind of like him jumping at the announcements or jumping at the date, right? So I could put this here. Actually, I don't like that. I'm going to put this here. That's probably how I put it. I don't spend a lot of time on the background, I must admit. Usually I just set this up and let it go with whatever the default background is for that day. And there's always a different background every day that it defaults to. But you can change it. And then this just sits going in my classroom. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope you're having a great end of the year. Talk to you later.